Most people have huge problems identifying highs and lows, and that is because the market is fractal. And also because, especially as a beginner, it is quite hard to differentiate between significant highs and lows and minor swings. People don't really know when a high or low gets broken, what that means, because they don't know how to identify whether that high or low has any meaning or any significant meaning. Let's take a look at how we do it here. First thing I do when I mark my highs and lows is I go to the M15. And then I first mark the highs and lows which have already been broken and retested, like this one. And the absolute highs and lows you can see as well. And then we can go on to the minor highs and lows. And okay, so what we see is obviously a trading range. And as long as we are in that trading range, we are not really interested in trading if the price action on the M5 is not trendy. What can happen, of course, is that the M5 develops a trend inside this 70 pips trading range, and then of course we want to be in. For example, now we broke through this low here, and then we broke through this low here and through this one. So once we broke through this low and we would have gone back up here and made a retest, that would, for example, have been a viable trade. So let's zoom in a bit. We retested this, and this would have been a okay entry. This would have been an okay entry as well. And then we go down. And as we go down on the M5, we keep marking our highs and lows. You can see we retested this, then we mark this, retested this, broke above. Now of course we have this one, and this is just how we proceed until this low gets broken, for example. I'm not interested in any further shorts unless we get a double top here and I can play a trade with the overall trend. Yeah, we are still in a downtrend because the last significant high, which is this one, has not been broken yet. If this one gets broken together with this one, then the momentum shifted and we are in an uptrend per definition. But as long as this didn't happen, we are still trending down because we are still making lower lows and lower highs. Low, lower high. And this is where people usually get a little bit confused, because they see this swing high and they see it taken out, and then they think, oh, now it's time to shift into long mode. And that is of course not true. If you look at the whole move here, which has been like 150 pips, and then you have this minor swing of 20 pips, why would you think that this is a significant high to be broken? We need clearly defined swings to identify whether a trend momentum shift has started or not. So a high is only confirmed if the preceding low gets broken and vice versa. So you see this high here, this was confirmed when this low was broken. And then you see this high here, this isn't even confirmed yet because this low wasn't broken. So if this high gets taken out, this is simply a complex pullback. But as long as this low doesn't get taken out, this high is not confirmed. So if this high breaks, I don't really care about it. I want to see this high get taken out for a shift in momentum. And this will be my last significant high, because the preceding low has been broken. And now it gets more interesting, because we had this high here, this low got taken out, and now we broke above this high and we even retested it. So this is the first time where I would really say this is a momentum shift. This is where we can start looking for possible longs. Interesting also, we had the round number around here, 133. So let's see what price will do from here. And we broke down again. So this was a temporary shift in momentum, but it wasn't strong enough, and we broke down again. And some people probably were really eager to enter here, but I need to see more, of course. to get in, or if I get in here, it is still against the macro trend. And if you go to the M15, we are in this area, we are still against the macro trend. And then of course on the M15, the last significant high is still up here. So let's go forward a bit. We break down here. Now this is not really, again, this high is only confirmed if this low gets broken. So if this gets taken out, then this is still a complex pullback for me, nothing else. Now it gets more interesting because we make 3 waves to the top, so 1, 2, 3. This also indicates a momentum shift. I still wouldn't be able to tell market direction only from this action here. It could both go long or short here. Now we broke below this low, made this double bottom, double top. Still a very rangy price action, nothing I want to trade yet. This is a double bottom after we broke above this confirmed high, so this would be sufficient for me to go long, for example. Yeah, and we go on and on and on and mark our highs and lows, and this is how we identify a trend. And then important is that you always need to have this plan. If this low gets broken, this means that we are shifting momentum and now we are in a downtrend. And if price gets back here, together with the pivot, for example, then I can consider a short. Again, we made a double top here, and then we made 3 pushes to the top, 1, 2, 3. So we broke the high 2 times, and the third time, this is a classic pattern. The third time we came crashing down. Again, now we are in this constellation. Nothing I really want to trade here. And that is okay. Sometimes one pair doesn't give you a trade for 5, 6, 7 days. And that is just the nature of the markets. This is how our strategy works. We bounced again from this low. And then we finally broke out. But if we are in a range like this, we as trend traders have nothing to trade here. And now, this is very obvious that we are in a downtrend now. We have this significant low, and once this gets broken, think about getting in. Yeah, this, for example, this would be a trade I take. We have a 1, 2, okay, we have this 1, 2, 3 structure here. Then a consolidation during the Asian session, and then when the London session starts, the Frankfurt Open, this is when we get a continuation move. So this is where I would get in, of course depending on the M15 price action as well. And then we would take our stops above here, so 16 for 20, go to break even, take some partial profits, and it went down to 100 pips, 90 pips. Plenty enough to take profit. And then we just start the game again. This would have been a okay entry because of the retest of these highs. And also there's almost always a round number around. And here we are today. To recap, a high is only confirmed if the low before gets broken, and vice versa. And we have to distinguish between complex pullbacks and a shift in momentum. If we have a complex pullback with multiple waves, then momentum shift is not confirmed until the last significant high or low gets taken out. And then we have to mark up our charts and make up our mind and then say, if this high or this low gets broken, this is when a momentum shift has happened, and this is when I want to join the action.